Of the many cameras that Kodak produced, this one has to be one of my favourites. This is the Sterling II. It was made in the late 1950s and it takes 620 film, which is no longer available. One of the odd things about it is that apparently there was no Sterling I, so I'm not sure what the plan was with Kodak, but this is what they ended up making. It dates from about the same time as the Mark II Kodak 127 Brownie, but is a much more sophisticated machine. As you can see, it's a folding camera, and the folding mechanism is released by this black button here. Now curiously, that is exactly where you'd expect the shutter release to be on a normal camera. So it comes out, takes a bit of encouragement, but we end up with a nice folding camera out, and this little lever here allows you to stand it up. The lens on the Sterling II is a 105mm f4.5 aniston lens, which with its 4 elements is much more sophisticated than the lenses on the Brownies at the time. It will focus from 3.5 feet to infinity. What I particularly like about it is the metal stop here, which presumably stops you unwinding the lens right out the camera. There are 4 shutter speeds. We have 25th, 50th, 100th and a 200th of a second. We have B for bulb, and we have a flash sync here, a cable release here. The shutter is cocked via this mechanism here. Sadly, on this camera the actual shutter release button doesn't function, but it will work if you put in a cable release. The apertures are altered along the top with a very easy moving control here, and it goes from f4.5 to f32. To open up the back of the camera, there's a lever here which you depress, and that allows the back to be opened. Curiously, on this one it looks like the printing has been done upside down. This takes 620 film, which is no longer available, but you can modify 120 rolls of film, and you can rewind 120 film onto 620 reels should you require. The aperture here gives us a image size of 9 centimeters by 6 centimeters. So on a roll of 620 film, or indeed 120 film, you will get 8 shots. The viewfinder is simply a hole to view through. There is a lens at the front, but it's not very effective. We have a locked reel here which locks the film in place, and the wind on is on this side. Here, this red button is the shutter release. As I said, on this version unfortunately it doesn't work. Underneath we have a tripod mount, and on the back we have the window to tell you which exposure you're on. So the sequence would be: wind the film on, cock the shutter, take the picture, wind the film on, cock the shutter, take the picture and adjust the aperture, shutter speed and distance to suit. Nice little camera, very collectible. They go for about £30 on internet auction sites, although you can pick them up from charity shops and car boot sales for considerably less. So, the Kodak Sterling II, late 1950s.